Welcome to Dr. Torpor's Theater of Fate. We're going to visit a family's home, meet a young boy, but the tarot has revealed unto us that this is a unique boy.
Just why it should have happened, or why it should have happened, Ghibli have said. Nor perhaps could it even have occurred to him to ask.
Unclouded by the thin illusions that we all experience as though they were solid reality. It takes a lot of imagination to look around oneself and realize all of this is arbitrary. Everything, our culture, the world, life itself could be completely different than the way it just happens to be, and different in an infinite number of ways.
Moving up to the Arctic Circle, we again enter a zone of perpetual snow.
All he needed to do was to think of that morning.
To fall in love with what could have been instead of what is. What a gift, and what a curse.
Gradually, the snow was becoming heavier. The sound of it seething louder. The footsteps more and more muffled. When he found each morning on going to the window that the roofs and the streets were as bare as ever, it made no difference. This was, after all, only what he had expected.
Alone in his fascination with something he prefers over where he finds himself. And this love continues to grow.
How was one to explain? Would it be safe to explain? Would it merely mean that he would get into some obscure kind of trouble? And how could he explain his new world?
He would like to explain it and share it, but it is so difficult, perhaps even impossible. And would others even hear him out? Or would they impatiently dismiss what he has to say and tell him to accept reality?
Perhaps you'll come out of your daydream long enough to be able to tell us, won't you, Paul?
It is what we now call the Hudson River.
And?
He thought it was the Northwest Passage. He was disappointed.
Thank you.
Yes, come out of your daydream. Resign yourself to the way things are. Don't be stuck in a fantasy. Join the human race. But Paul is disappointed with the world in which he finds himself.
Wait, Paul. Just wait till we're alone together. Then I will tell you something new, something cold, something sleepy, something of cease and peace and the long, bright curve of space.
Several theoreticians who studied eternity eventually lost their sanity. We must not infer cause and effect here, but we could agree that the endless sea of possibility must be very intoxicating. And when you look into that void, what looks back?
I'm just thinking. Thinking? But my dear, about what? About what?
Yes, Paul, about what?
Anything.
Paul, you're making this very painful for your mother. What are you thinking about?
About the snow.
What on earth?
My dear, what do you mean? Just snow, that's all. I like to think about it.
Tell us about it, my boy.
That's all there is. There's nothing to tell. You know what snow is.
Inevitable frustration with those who don't, won't, or can't understand. To most of us, what is here now seems like the only thing that is and that can be possible.
Paul. 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 Go away. Oh, Paul. I hate you.
A mother's nightmare. Your child saying they hate you. Yet, none of us requested to be born, nor do we get to select who we have as parents. In actuality, it's amazing that this sort of alienation happens so seldom.
And with that effort, the seamless hiss advanced once more.
This is painful for Paul too. He does not want to hurt others any more than he himself wants to suffer. I hope Paul finds what he longs for, a thing that has no name. I hope this managed to penetrate your crenulated cerebral cortex. What is the plural of cortex? Cortexi? Cortexes? Cortexes? Don't mess with cortexes. Open your mind to that which is not, and be patient with those who see possibilities that you don't. This is Dr. Torpor saying, to all a good fright, and stay in contact with the infinite. I'm sorry.